This video is sponsored by Surfshark, eating other VPN deals alive.
Wait, we forgot Gibby.
Gibby!
Orenthal Cornelius Gibson, or Orenthal Hayes Gibson, yes, those are his real names, is a strange character to say the least. Though he's usually relegated to nothing more than iCarly's comic relief, over the course of 6 seasons, he goes through some subtle changes. Most notably,
This is a song my mom sings to calm me down. My screaming little angel.
Yeah, hi, can I get a little help?
Hey, that's the dude from iCarly.
Yeah, that's Gibby. Gibby.
Hey, Gibby, take off your shirt.
No, I do that less frequently now.
along with that, he displays a number of hidden depths that may have something to do with his less than stellar home life. So, what's with Gibby? What gracefully and gradually turned this guy full of gullibility into a gregarious and glamorous goat? Gleaming and glorious friendships, or gritty and grimy living space? I'm glad you asked, but before I begin, last time I mentioned watching iCarly on Netflix, a few people told me that, unlike Netflix, all 5 seasons are available on Paramount+. Unfortunately, Paramount Plus isn't available in every country yet. But that won't be a problem with today's sponsor, Surfshark. You know, the virtual private network that can be used as a browser extension or even an app, giving you the ability to place your laptop or phone anywhere in the world, pretty much like you're using the internet in another country, granting you access and unblocking websites and content that you may not usually be able to see. Yeah, that's Surfshark. And to top it all off, it also encrypts your data to add an extra layer of security when you're online to keep all of your browsing activity hidden and your personal information safe. Can't get access to Paramount Plus? All I have to do is change my location to the United States, gotta be Seattle, and now I can finally watch iCarly from beginning to end. And when I'm on the go, I can use Surfshark on my phone, my iPad, my laptop, or all of them. Because Surfshark allows you to have one account on an unlimited number of devices. And right now, you can use my code JAYNIAC, JAYNIAC, to get 83% off, plus 3 extra months for absolutely free. Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk to try it out yourself. The link is in the description below. Now, without further ado, it's Jaynalysis time. There's not enough people with originality, so here I am to save the day, Jayniac.
Now unlock me. Like Gibby's therapist didn't have enough to deal with.
Over the course of iCarly, we see Gibby go from being that weird kid at school that gets bullied and takes his shirt off all the time, to the outlandish and at times obnoxious guy that hangs out with the main characters. But something that remains unchanged is Gibby's intelligence, or lack thereof.
Wait. Guys, I just realized something.
Me too. There are no yellow foods.
What about corn? Bananas?
Squash?
Butter?
Lemons.
So you're canceling iCarly?
Well, I don't see how we're gonna be able to do the
No,
show.
we're not canceling iCarly. We've never canceled the show, and my dad's watching it live tonight for the first time.
I thought Spencer was your dad.
Gibby!
Carly's dad's coming home for a few days.
And it's the first time in 3 years that I get to spend his birthday with him.
So, Spencer's not your dad?
No!
Come on, guys. We gotta hit the road.
We don't have to be at the Fat Cake Factory till 1.
Yeah, but it's a 2-hour drive. We gotta go through security at the border.
Why? It's not like Canada's a different country. I thought it was like Idaho.
Who was the first U.S. president?
Abraham Franklin?
That's not it?
Which may lead some to believe that Gibby is a complete idiot, but that's not entirely true. On more than one occasion, we're shown that when the situation calls for it, Gibby is more than capable of being smart. In the episode I Open a Restaurant, he single-handedly runs his restaurant appropriately named Gibby's in his school's basement. In I Toe Fat Cakes, he briefly mentions writing a blog about doing card tricks, and in I Start a Fan War, when paired with his grandfather and little brother, it's Gibby that calls the shots. What Gibby may lack in common knowledge or common sense, he more than makes up for in strength, loyalty, confidence, and talent. Don't believe me? In I, Psycho, when the iCarly gang is held captive after joining the birthday party of their unhealthily obsessed fan, Nora, after decrypting their message, it's Gibby that comes to their rescue. Speaking of, in the same episode, Nora, who, remember, is obsessed with iCarly, says this about Gibby.
Whoa!
Nora? You know our friend Gibby?
Sure. I've seen you guys humiliate him on iCarly many a time.
Which lends itself well to the idea that at times the iCarly gang just sees Gibby as nothing more than a joke. But that doesn't stop him from participating. Gibby's loyalty to his friends matters more than any personal discomfort they may subject him to, which opens up a multitude of interpretations. Is Gibby loyal to the iCarly gang because they're the only friends he has? Or is Gibby only interested in the fame that comes from being around them? After all, he wasn't very popular at school until he started hanging out with the iCarly gang. Or maybe Gibby is just so naive that he genuinely believes the humiliation he experiences, more specifically from Sam Puckett, is just a way of showing affection, almost as if he doesn't see it as abuse and more like friendly teasing. When you think about it, it wasn't until Sam started doing overtime with the Gibby abuse in I Can't Take It that Gibby decided to actually do something about it. Good thing this guy has a therapist. Another thing that's open to interpretation is Gibby taking off his shirt. It's possible that initially Gibby only took his shirt off when he felt insecure or uncomfortable, almost like he's making fun of himself and his appearance before others do it to him. As time goes on, he's only recognized for taking his shirt off on iCarly, so now everyone expects him to do it. At first, he enjoys the attention it gives him, but as he grows older, Gibby no longer wishes to be defined by his lack of a shirt, so he refrains from taking it off. Ridicule surrounds him during his desperate attempt at not being the shirtless child he once was, but inevitably the shirt must come off in times most trying. Either that, or Gibby just takes his shirt off to assert dominance. You decide.
Yeah?
Your daddy is here to pick you up!
Oh boy! I'm on my way!
Daddy, guess what I got?
At home, Gibby lives with his little brother Guppy Gibson and his mother Charlotte Gibson, who may very well be a divorcee. We know that Gibby's dad is still alive because of what Spencer says in the earlier clip from the episode I Get Pranky. Based on Gibby's surprised and excited reaction, we can assume that Gibby probably doesn't see his father that often. Pair this with the fact that Spencer starts dating Gibby's mom in I Fix a Pop Star, and we have enough evidence to support that assumption. And if they're not divorced, they may have just had Gibby and Guppy out of wedlock. Speaking of Guppy, it's obvious that he looks up to Gibby as a role model, likely seeing him as the quote-unquote man of the house, which would explain why Guppy imitates many of the things Gibby does. In I Saved Your Life, Gibby mentions not having cable, but like, why? Is Gibby's mom anti-cable, or is the Gibson family struggling too much financially to pay for anything other than their basic bills? If this is the case, then maybe Gibby passes the time by playing with his various pets that they're somehow able to afford. Was that a conscious decision? Like, does Gibby's mom think raising pets is more important than cable? If so, where does this belief come from? We may never know. I don't deal with probabilities, I deal with actualities, like the fact that Gibby sings 6 times throughout the show's run, and the fact that I can't show you those scenes without getting a copyright claim. As for Gibby's extended family, we have his grandfather Gilbert Gibson, who is a Korean War veteran and a really great barber, and his cousin Sabrina Gibson that Freddy dates briefly and begins to feel insecure about because of her height. Another thing worth mentioning is that in this clip from iCarly.com,
Ariana, do you take Gibby's head to be your lawfully wedded husband?
I so do.
And do you, Gibby's head, take Ariana to be your lawfully wedded wife? Then I now pronounce you Gibby's head and wife.
Gibby's head is wearing a kippah and has a rabbi officiating his wedding. Maybe a part of his family is Jewish. If not his mother's side, then maybe his father's side. Either way, Gibby thought it made sense for his head to be that way for a wedding. Speaking of relationships, in the episode I Make Sam Girlier, when asked to say something about Sam, Gibby says this.
A couple years ago, I asked Sam to go with me to the junior high dance. So she broke my thumb.
Which leads me to believe that Gibby may have had feelings for Sam at one point, and funny enough, she's not alone. Over the course of the series, Gibby and Carly develop an interesting relationship. On more than one occasion, Carly compliments Gibby and even defends him. By season 5, Gibby actually seeks ways to get closer to Carly. Even if it isn't romantic, it's still nice to see that Gibby and Carly never have any bad blood between the two of them. Gibby is quite the ladies' man, Tasha being the most reoccurring of all the girls he's been with. Interestingly enough, in I Pity Neville, after Gibby steals Freddy's girlfriend, he says this.
Let's roll.
Bye.
Gibby, you have a girlfriend.
We're not exclusive.
Meaning that Gibby and Tasha are in an open relationship. Despite this, Gibby was more than willing to beat up Freddy when he thought Freddy kissed Tasha. Though that did happen before, so it's possible that the relationship wasn't open yet. That being said, Gibby kinda just takes what he wants regardless of people's relationship status. In I Love You, Gibby steals Spencer's girlfriend Jenna.
Why don't you hit the lights and sit down? Let's finish this thing. Gibby.
And in I Shock America, Gibby steals Spencer's girlfriend Kirsten.
I think it stopped raining. I'll walk it.
Which way you headed?
Towards Bartlett Square?
Cool. I'll walk you.
Thanks.
Wait, don't put your arm around. Watch your hand.
Yeah, maybe Gibby's not so great after all. Or maybe he learned non-exclusivity from his parents, and he thinks everyone's like that. Gibby. I'ma be real with y'all. I never really cared for Gibby, and I never really found him funny. But here I am analyzing him because you asked for it. So, don't say I never do anything for you. You can thank me by following me on my social medias, but especially Twitch if you want to see me live stream. While you're at it, be sure to follow the Junior and Marcus Talk podcast, where we talk about movies, TV shows, and whatever you want us to talk about. If you're already subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to my backup channel, Jaynalysis Jr., in case anything bad happens to this one. And finally, please check out the merchandise. Every single purchase supports this channel. A big thank you to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. Remember that if you use my code Jaynalysis, you'll get 83% off as well as 3 extra months for free. The link is in the description below. So, which iCarly character should I analyze next? Let me know in the comments down below. Until then, I'll leave you with this.
I tell her right away, now what's the matter, buddy? Ain't you heard of my school? It's #1 in the state.
Hey, hey, take it away!